Hey guys, my name is Winnefish, and today we are going to be talking about the Granddad Knight, Reinhardt. Reinhardt Willem is 61 years old. He is the oldest member in Overwatch. That's freaking awesome. His base of operations is out of Stuttgart, Germany. He uses a suit of power armor that he calls Crusader armor and lives as a champion of the people, a knight of sorts. Valor, justice, and courage are his views in life. When Overwatch was founded over 30 years ago, to prevent the world from being torn apart by the robot uprising, Reinhardt was brought on. Reinhardt was a highly decorated German soldier. Utilizing power armor and a giant rocket hammer, he was a force to be reckoned with. Reinhardt was an avid supporter of Overwatch, but also one of its greatest critics. He knew that Overwatch was meant to be a force for good and not for evil. Reinhardt continued to serve well into his late 50s and was eventually forced to retire from combat operations. Reinhardt was despondent. All he ever wanted to do was serve and felt lost without Overwatch, which provided him a purpose in life. Soon after Reinhardt left, fear started to grow about Overwatch. Corruption within Overwatch started the call for it to be shut down. All Reinhardt could do was watch as Overwatch's name was dragged through the mud, and eventually it was disbanded. And even though Overwatch was disbanded, as soon as his world started to fall into disorder, Reinhardt donned his Crusader armor once again. He is now fighting across Europe, winning the hearts and minds of the people, and promising justice for those who would harm innocents. And if you guys haven't seen it, there is a short comic over on Overwatch. I will link the description down below. It's called Dragon Slayer. It's a pretty cool comic. You guys should check it out. So essentially, Reinhardt is your grandpa plus a suit of some sick power armor from Fallout 4. That's basically what he is. Reinhardt has a total of 500 health and relies solely on his rocket hammer to dole out damage. His melee weapon damage is second only in the game to Genji's Dragon Blade. Each swing deals 75 damage, and you can swing once per second. Reinhardt's hammer has a very large cone of fire, which can smash characters who are to the side of you. If you turn Reinhardt while swinging, it increases this cone's effectiveness. This is very helpful for annoying characters like Lucio, who try to bounce behind you, or Tracers who get it behind you as well. This hammer is incredibly destructive inside of rooms. If you can get somebody inside of a room, just start swinging. There's basically no escape from your wrath, and it's awesome. The downside to you doling out damage with your hammer is that you are no longer shielding your team, which is basically your primary purpose. So you need to think about how and when you need to utilize the hammer and the shield. There's also a slight knockback. So remember, environmental kills are effective here, and also the fact that you do get a slight stun from whenever you hit your enemy, so they won't be able to fire, so you can just kind of smash them in the face. It works really well. Next is Reinhardt's barrier field. It has over 2,000 HP and charges at a rate of 225 per second when not deployed. Its cooldown to start regen when the shield breaks is 5 seconds, so try not to let the shield break. The beautiful thing about Reinhardt is that he is built to be a team player. I have matches where I had no kills or deaths, but because I stood on the objective the whole time and absorbed all the damage that was coming in at us, I ended up on the leaderboard. So he's not really a killer, although he can be in certain situations. Mainly he's there to defend his teammates and to make sure that they survive. The shield does slow down your movement speed, so that's something to think about whenever you're using them, and it leaves you vulnerable to attacks from Tracers who can get in behind you very quickly. You'll need reliable teammates to help you, or pick your battles wisely. Swing when you can. I see too many Reinhardts who just shield straight up until they die, whenever those people are straight around them, which means they're in the effective range of your hammer. So make sure you swing, take down some of those squishy heroes that only have like 200 health, or even you have a Tracer that gets it behind you. They have 150. That's 2 swings from your hammer. So swing at her, knock her back. The shield is incredibly weak to attacks from Winston's Tesla gun. Bastion's main cannon basically shreds straight through it, and fire strikes from enemy Reinhardts will go straight through your shield, just like photon orbs from enemy Symmetras. So be wary of whenever you're using the shield against them. Now, Reinhardt's Charge is another ability, and this is one of those abilities that I'm like, it's kind of rough to use sometimes. It has a 10-second cooldown. It does a total of 300 damage for those enemies that become pinned. When an enemy is pinned, they take an additional 50 damage for a total of 350 damage overall. So squishy characters, insta-dead. Charge is an incredibly useful and frustrating ability. There's a slight charge up time, which means you drop your shield, your rocket pack starts to go up, but during that time right there, which is about maybe a quarter to half a second, you are open to all of the damage. damage, and usually people by now know exactly who you're going for. There is also a slight wait time after you smash into a wall. You kind of stun yourself, which leaves you open to attacks from behind. Charge should be used whenever your enemy doesn't see you coming or is playing chicken with you. And what I mean by that is that they're just staring right in front of you and they're asking for it. It can also help you get to points quickly or get you that clutch overtime in the right moments. However, charge will also, kind of leave you very, very vulnerable to attacks. It will also cause some knockbacks, so environmental kills are possible here. Charge does leave you incredibly vulnerable to enemy attacks and leaves your team without a tank, so just be careful with this one. Fire Strike is Reinhardt's last ability. It has a cooldown of 5 seconds and a cast time of a quarter of a second, does 100 damage on hits, and it travels through everybody like Symmetra's Orb. So keep doling this out. Keep utilizing it over and over again. It will kill people. Reinhardt's last ability is Earth Shatter. It does a total damage of 50, and it stuns your enemies for 2.5 seconds. My suggestion is to use this in conjunction with Pharah's Rocket Barrage, Diva's Mech Self-Destruct. Those things are going to be incredibly helpful. So try them out and let me know what you think. Overall, Reinhardt is a fantastic tank with an amazing set of skills. He is heavily team reliant, which means he can get taken down easily by Junkrats and Tracers. So make sure that you're taking the time to master this guy. Knowing the right situations to use him in is key. He can break some stuff. He's very, very good at breaking, hold-offs and everything like that. But try him out. Let me know what you think down below. Do you guys like him or hate him? Thanks so much for watching, guys. Please leave a like or dislike. Follow me if you haven't. Thanks so much for watching again, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.